Hello everyone, welcome back. Let us continue with the chapter Natural Resources. Today we are going to study all the important question and answers of the same chapter, that is Natural Resource. In the previous class we completed the chapter, so today we will discuss the question and answer. Okay, let us start with the first question. What is atmosphere? Okay, what is atmosphere? It is a layer of earth, okay, or which is covered with air. So it is nothing but the envelope of air around the earth, which is named as atmosphere. So let us write down with a colored chalk. Envelope of air layering the earth. Okay. The next question, what is biosphere? What is biosphere? Biosphere is the life supporting sphere. Okay, it is the sphere which consists of biotic components of the whole atmosphere or the lithosphere and all the spheres, that is a lithosphere, atmosphere and hydrosphere, and even the abiotic components. So the next question is, what is biosphere? Okay, it is nothing but the life supporting zone where you have the interaction between the biotic as well as the abiotic component. Okay, so it is life supporting zone where what happens, the interaction between the biotic components like plant and animal and abiotic components like air, water and sand takes place, where interaction between plants or biotic and abiotic component takes place. Okay. The next question, how does the atmosphere acts as a blanket? Now when I am talking about blanket, it is not the blanket of air, but I am actually talking about how is it protecting the earth, and which gas of the atmosphere protects the earth? It is the ozone. Okay, and how does it protects? It does not allow the UV rays of the sun to get into the earth. Okay, so as a result what happens, that we are saved from different types of skin cancers. Okay. So the next question, how does the atmosphere acts as a blanket? Okay, so the first thing is what, that the ozone present in the atmosphere, okay, protects us from the UV rays. So we'll write down ozone protect from UV rays. UV rays from where? UV rays or the ultraviolet rays of sun. Okay. Apart from this, which other gases do we have? We have the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, which is too much important for maintaining what? For maintaining the temperature. So it maintains temperature during day. Okay, during day what happens? It allows the escape of excess amount of heat, okay, or it allows escape of heat, okay, that is during the day, and during the night time it prevents the excess amount of heat to move out. What will happen if the whole heat moves out during the night time? The temperature will suddenly drop. Okay, so the night time the temperature is maintained during the day as well as night and night. So these are the functions of atmosphere, and as a result it is called as a blanket. Fine. The next one, define air pollution and list 3 human activities that lead to air pollution. Okay, so first we will define. In the same way you can get different types of pollution. We had studied about water pollution and land pollution, both can come. Okay, define air pollution and list 3 ways, or I can write human activities that leads to air pollution. Fine. What is air pollution? Pollution is addition of anything which is in excess, okay, or which spoils the air. So, addition of the substances in the air which are harmful for all the organism is nothing but air pollution. Addition of harmful gases in air which changes its composition. We all know the composition of air: 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen and 1% of carbon dioxide and other gases, right? So, what happens is over here the harmful gases in air are added which changes its composition. So, that is nothing but air pollution. And the human activities, we need to take care. The question says about the human activities, 3 ways or the human activities which leads to air pollution. First is deforestation, right? Over here I cannot write down degradation of biotic component. Remember, one of the ways by which air gets polluted is natural degradation of plants and animals, okay, but I cannot write it down. Why? Because it is given that you need to write down the human activities. So, you have deforestation, burning of fuels and urbanization. Okay, what happens due to urbanization? We are cutting down the maximum amount of the farmlands and the forest areas to convert it into the buildings and all. So, urbanization, rapid urbanization is also one of the factor which leads to air pollution. Let us go to the next question. Why is water a wonder liquid? Okay, so what we are supposed to do over here is write down the functions or the uses of water. So, why it is called as a wonder liquid? Why is water a wonder liquid? Why is it a wonder liquid? First thing, it is a part of all the biogeochemical cycle. It is a part of blood, right, which helps to circulate all the things throughout the body. Then along with it, it is very important for all the aquatic plants and animals, right. So, these all are the functions or the uses of water. So, you need to write down the major functions of water to show that water is a wonder liquid. So, part of biogeochemical cycle. Okay, we have water in the water cycle as well as we have it in the nitrogen cycle in the form of carbon cycle in the form of limestone. Okay, then the water is taken up by the plant. So, all the cycles are interrelated with it. Then we have for in blood, it helps to circulate energy. Okay. Then I said that the water is the universal solvent. Why? Because maximum things can get dissolved. So, it is a universal solvent. Okay. It is important for aquatic life. And then what happens is the another thing that we throw out the water in the form of sweat. Okay, and sweat helps to maintain the body temperature. So, that also we can add over here, sweat which helps to maintain body temperature. And we all know around 70% of our body is made up of nothing but water. So, it is the major composition of our body itself. So, 70% of body is made of water. Okay. So, these are the things because of which water is called as a wonder liquid. Let us go to the next question. What is meant by depletion of ozone layer? What is the use of the ozone layer and what is responsible for its destruction? Okay, so we have 3 questions in one over here. Okay, the major one, what is meant by depletion of ozone layer? What is the ozone layer? When the oxygen gets combined with whom? O2 gets combined with the nascent oxygen, you get a ozone, that is O3, which protects the earth from the UV radiation. Okay, and it is generally present in the second layer of the atmosphere, that is the stratosphere. Okay, so we are going to write over here, what is depletion of ozone layer? The next, what is the use of it? What is the use of whom? Use of ozone layer. And main chemical responsible for destruction. Destruction of whom? Destruction of ozone layer again. Okay, what is depletion of ozone layer? Let us start with the first one. The depletion of ozone layer means nothing but the ozone layer is getting reduced day by day due to the presence of greenhouse, what? Greenhouse gases. Okay, so reduction in size of ozone layer due to greenhouse gases is the first answer, that is the depletion of ozone layer. What is the use of ozone layer? It protects us from the UV radiations of sun. So it protects us from harmful UV rays of sun. And what are the main chemicals? We already studied the CFC and the carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide, these greenhouse gases are majorly required for maintaining the earth temperature, but if they are in excess quantity, then it can cause a harm to the ozone layer. So we are going to write the same chemicals, CFC, that is your chlorofluorocarbon. Okay, then your carbon dioxide, your NO2, and then even you can write NO, nitrous oxide, and even the methane, all the ones majorly the nitrogen compound as well as the compound which consist of carbon dioxide or which are caused due to the burning of fuel. They all are the chemicals, okay, major chemicals which cause the destruction of the ozone layer. The next question, which factors lead to formation of wind? Okay. Which factors lead to formation of wind? Okay, we studied that the winds are moving. Okay, when the air moves, we call it as wind. And how is the air moving? So we are going to majorly say how does the movement of air takes place. The movement of air may takes place due to what? Due to the excess heating of land, or due to the excess heating of sea, or due to the imbalance in the heating of land and sea. If there is an imbalance, then only the diffusion will take place from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. So that are all the things which we are going to write down over here. Okay, heating of land, then the next is heating of water, okay, then what is there? There is an imbalance in heating of land and water, and along with it even mountain causes change in wind. Why? Because if mountains are there, then the wind will not be able to move. So that particular place will not get excess amount of wind, whereas the wind will again move back. So even the mountain ranges. So these are the things which causes the formation of wind or makes the air to move. Okay. The next question, how does water gets polluted? So we have studied the water composition of water and even the ways by which the water gets polluted, right? That 97% of the water is in the form of sea water, then we have 3%, out of which 2% is the, your 2.5 is in the form of your, locked in the form of your ice and glaciers, and you have only 0.5% as groundwater. So we are not supposed to waste it or pollute it, but the water gets polluted by various activities. So how does water gets polluted? So we will have all the human activities near the water areas, then we will have excess use of chemical fertilizers, release of untreated sewage and industrial waste. Okay, these all are the reasons by which the water gets polluted. So let us write down the first one, release of untreated sewage and industrial waste. Okay. Excess use of fertilizers and human activities near water bodies. Okay, it can be either washing of clothes or washing of utensils or cleaning of the animals and all near water bodies. The next question, what is greenhouse effect? Okay, now how does greenhouse effect takes place? It takes place due to the greenhouse, excess amount of greenhouse gases. So we are going to write down what is greenhouse effect. What happens exactly over here is nothing, but it causes, this greenhouse effect generally causes your global warming. Over here what happens is the greenhouse gases increases in the atmosphere. As a result, they do not allow the radiations of the sun which have come in to go back, and what happens is the average temperature of the earth increases. That is called as your greenhouse effect. Okay. So what happens due to excess, will write down not only greenhouse gases, excess amount of greenhouse gas, the radiations of sun is not able to escape, and since they are not able to escape, what do? They increase the overall temperature of the earth. So thereby leading to increase in temperature of earth. Okay. So this is nothing but your greenhouse effect. The next question, what are the method of preventing or reducing soil erosion? Okay, what are the different ways by which we can reduce soil erosion? Soil erosion is generally caused due to the pollution of land, and as a result due to the floods and drought, what happens is the topmost layer, the major content, the mineral content of the soil gets washed away. So by which ways we can prevent it, we need to write down. Okay. What are methods of preventing or reducing soil erosion? Okay, what are the methods of preventing or reducing? The first one is afforestation. Okay, if we grow more amount of trees, the trees will hold the soil, the roots of the tree will hold the soil, as a result the soil will not get washed up. Then what other thing is there, that in the hilly areas we can have terrace farming, so that even plants are grown over there easily. And the next thing is making of more amount of dam, so that during the flood time what happens is the dam can store the excess amount of water, right? and during the drought time the excess amount of water whatever is stored in the dam can be released, okay, so that the soil erosion, the soil don't get dry and soil erosion do not take place. So we will write down first one, afforestation, then we have making of dams, okay, and then we have terrace farming. So these are the different ways by which what we can do is we can reduce or prevent soil erosion. Let us go to the next question. Write on a note on how forests influence the quality of air, soil and water. We need to write how does it influence the air, water as well as soil, okay. So let us write it down. Okay, forest being one of the sources which is related, which is the one which interacts with the air, water as well as soil. So how does it affects the quality of air, water and soil? We need to write down. Write a note on how forest influence the quality of our air, water and soil. Okay, so let us discuss one at a time. First one, air. Okay, the forests are nothing but the plants. Okay, so it will balance the carbon dioxide and oxygen level, right? How? That whatever carbon dioxide we give in, that are the animals, whatever carbon dioxide they give out, they will be taken up by the plants and the plant will take up the carbon dioxide and give out the oxygen. Okay, so the balancing of carbon dioxide and oxygen level. So that is the way the forest balances and maintains the quality of air. Going to the next one, water. It helps to replenish the water. How? Because the plant will throw out excess of amount of water in the form of transpiration, right? So the transpirated water will get evaporated and form the clouds and come down in the form of water, that is your water cycle. So the water quality is maintained. How? It replenishes the water. And the next is soil. How? The soil will be maintained or the quality of the soil will be maintained. Why? Because the forest have generally dense trees, okay, which have long roots. So the roots will hold up the soil and it will prevent the soil erosion. So these are the three ways: the quality of air by maintaining the carbon dioxide and oxygen level, water by replenishing the water, and soil by preventing the soil erosion. So let us write down all the three. First one, air. How does it maintain the quality? By maintaining the carbon dioxide and oxygen level of atmosphere. Water, that is by replenishment of water. And the third one, soil. Soil, how does the forest maintain? By preventing the soil erosion. Okay. So this is the way the forest influences the quality of air, water and soil. Let us go to the last question of the chapter. Describe oxygen cycle. Okay, I have put only one question of that kind, but you can have describe nitrogen cycle, describe water cycle or describe the carbon cycle. Everywhere remember you need to write down the major processes, and then if you want you can explain the same processes in a very short form. Okay, do not elaborate. When you are describing the oxygen cycle, you are surely going to draw the cycle. So it should be self-explanatory, but the processes you can explain in small points. Okay, so the last question, describe oxygen cycle. Okay. So, any cycle starts with first the major thing what it is talking about, oxygen. So, we will have oxygen over here, right. So, the oxygen are taken by whom? It is taken by plants during the night time and animals during day and night, both the time. So, it is taken up by plants and animal for what process? Respiration. So, respiration. Okay. When we respire, what do we give out? We give out carbon dioxide and water. So, we take in oxygen and we give out carbon dioxide and water. What happens to this carbon dioxide and water? It is taken up by the plants for the process of photosynthesis. So, this both will come here and we will have photosynthesis taking place. So, what happens in photosynthesis? The oxygen is utilized to give out carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide is utilized to give out oxygen and even to prepare the food. So, the carbon dioxide will get utilized to give out oxygen and food, that is your C6H12O6, or you can write organic matter. And why do we respire? We respire to break this food down and get the energy. So, that food will again get utilized during the respiration time. Okay. So, this is all about your oxygen cycle. Now, what did I said? You can explain the two processes or whichever processes, like in nitrogen cycle we have 5 processes, right? Biological nitrogen fixation, atmospheric nitrogen fixation, ammonification, nitrification and denitrification. So, explain these processes in short. So, what is? We are going to explain over here photosynthesis and respiration. Okay. So, photosynthesis, what is photosynthesis? The process by which plant prepare its own food by taking carbon dioxide and water and give out oxygen and organic matter. Process by which plant prepares its food. What is the major thing required? In the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, that also you can add. In the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll to give oxygen and organic matter. Okay. So, this is all about your photosynthesis. The second process which is involved is respiration. So, we will write down about respiration also. So, what is respiration? The process by which the oxygen or the acquired food is broken down with the help of oxygen to get the energy. Okay. So, respiration, the process by which food is broken down in presence of oxygen to get energy. Okay. So, this is about your oxygen cycle. With this, we finish with all the important questions of the chapter natural resources. I hope so you utilize this video maximum time so that you can get good marks and you see all the ways by which the keynotes can be written and you write in point wise during your exam. In the next lecture, we will start with a new chapter. Thank you.
Hope this video increased your knowledge. For more such videos and a completely free educational content, log on to www.epathshala.org or visit our ePathshala YouTube channel. We have each and every question solved for maths, physics, chemistry and biology. So subscribe our channel, share with your friends, like our Facebook page and follow our Twitter handle for regular updates and important educational tips, and also win ePathshala goodies. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe this channel and enjoy the freedom of education.